All right, we're recording now, and this is session 5 of Pastor to Pastor, because I now am in line with you're the odd numbers, I'm the even numbers. So,
oh yeah, that does make sense.
Number 5, and Memorial Day is now just in our rearview mirror. It was this past weekend. I always see Memorial Day as sort of the gateway to the summer. And so all these questions are going to be sort of summer related, all right?
Cool.
So when you have memories of summer, what are some of your favorite summer memories of your past?
So I agree with you. Summer begins with Memorial Day. And in Dearborn, it was always a big thing to have a huge Memorial Day parade. And so that I remember going to every single year. And it was huge. I mean, the governor would come sometimes. You always saw your state reps and stuff there. They always had some, military service people and maybe even a small tank or something like that. So I always think about that as sort of the start of summer. As a family, summer always meant some sort of trip. And we were the kind who would go camping. So we'd pull a little pop-up trailer and away we'd go. And we went one year to Tennessee, and the furthest we did was we went all the way to Albuquerque, New Mexico and back, and cut through, Colorado and Arizona and did the whole out west, the Southwest tour, which was great. Although whenever they would ask us kids what our favorite thing was, we all said Las Vegas, and that really drove my dad crazy. So, but yeah, it was always going somewhere. And then also we would go just camping, and usually we would go camp here in West Michigan. We were on the east side, so we'd come here, camp with my grandparents in West Michigan. And so Lake Michigan was always tied with summer because we would go see Lake Michigan in the summer and just kind of hang out.
So this is a question from somebody in the congregation. You talked about family, and where in the birth order are you among your siblings?
Yeah.
And how did that affect you?
I saw this one, and I was hoping you'd ask it because I love birth order stuff. So I am the second oldest. So there's my older sister, Laurel, and then it's me. And then I have a younger sister, Allison, and then the youngest is Travis. So I'm the second oldest, but I'm the oldest boy. And right, wrong, or otherwise, being the oldest boy meant that I had certain responsibilities that my older sister didn't. So how it affects me is I can sometimes be a middle child and sometimes I can be an oldest child. So I can kind of operate between those two modes depending on what role I need to play in a certain situation.
Yeah, absolutely. What's to your advantage, right?
Exactly.
So does the birth order have any bearing on your least favorite activities in the summer?
Yes, 100%. As the oldest boy, it was my job to do all the yard work, and that meant weeding. And I, to this day, hate weeding with a deep, fiery passion. You can ask Caitlin. I'm just the worst. So whenever it's, we have to go weed, I will sit there and complain like I'm 12 years old all over again, being forced to weed by my dad on a Saturday morning. So I hate doing that. Funny enough, though, I love mowing, and that also was one of my jobs. So I don't really know how to explain that, but I hate weeding. I love to mow. It is what it is.
Yeah, my theory is when you mow, you're the conqueror of the grass. When you weed, they conquer you because you can never weed everything.
I think that's probably right.
So were sports part of your summers or not?
Yeah, as a kid, we would always go to the YMCA and sign up for summer leagues. So I did soccer for many years and basketball for many years. But without fail, every summer, all 4 of us kids were enrolled in swimming lessons at one of the city pools. Dearborn is kind of famous for having a really good city pool system. I think we had 4 or 5 throughout our relatively small town. And so we would go there every morning, do our swim lessons. I was actually a decent swimmer. I just never went to a school that had swimming as a sport. But it was kind of going to the pool was always a big deal for us as a family. And really the whole city of Dearborn went. So our pool was Levigood, which was the biggest of the city pools. And it was just, we loved it. We loved going every single year.
So are you such a good swimmer? You have a favorite stroke, like the breaststroke or the butterfly or the freestyle or...
I was pretty good at the freestyle. I was never good at the butterfly. But I remember one of my teachers, I don't know, she seemed like she was 30 at the time, but she was probably like 16 and in high school, you know, but to me as like a 10-year-old kid. She told my mom he should be doing, you know, some sort of competitive swimming. And my mom asked if I wanted to do that. And I wanted to play basketball. So I wasn't great at basketball. So maybe I made the wrong choice, but that's what I ended up doing.
I have to ask, when you swam, did you wear a Speedo?
No. I'm more chaste than the French. So,
Sorry. That wasn't even on my list of questions. It just came up.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, those French. Mais pas ici. Yeah, anyway. So in terms of the team sports, soccer, I know soccer better than basketball. So what position did you play in soccer?
I always played midfield. And when I settled in, I was an outside mid. And that was really because I wasn't great at soccer, but I could run just constantly and without end. And so when you're the midfield, you have to play offense and defense. And so I could just run back and forth the whole game. I got decent at the end of high school, but certainly not good enough to even play like at Kelvin. So not great, but it was always fun. And it kept me in shape and it kept me healthy and moving.
Left-footed or right-footed?
I am right-footed, which here's a fun little fact about me. I think genetically or whatever causes it, I am left-handed and left-footed. But for some reason, my dad had it in his head that I should do everything with my right hand. So I write and I throw and I kick all with my right side. I do literally everything else with my left hand. So
Really?
yeah.
Now I have to ask you, when you golf, do you golf left or right?
I don't know. So I've only gone golfing 3 times, and I can't figure out what feels more comfortable.
How about baseball? Do you bat right or left?
I bat right-handed, but when I tried switch hitting, now again, I don't play much baseball, it didn't feel very different for me to hit left-handed either. So for whatever reason, like I said, my dad just had it in my head that I should do things right-handed. I can remember one time he walked into the bathroom and I was brushing my teeth with my left hand. And he's like, "What are you doing? Your right hand. You should be doing it with your right hand." And I don't know why he thought that was the thing, but my mom is left-handed. I definitely do 99% of everything left-handed.
Interesting. Well, I don't know if you've ever played hockey, but you would be a lefty for sure in hockey, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, tennis I play right-handed as well. So yeah, really kind of sports I favor. But if I were to play hockey, I would have gone left-handed because that's where the money is.
We're going to do the lightning round now, and it's going to be summer type questions in kind of categories, but we'll see. All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to start with food. Okay, category of ice cream, soft or hard?
Ooh, hard. Yeah.
Ice cream cones, traditional cone or sugar cone?
Traditional.
Pies, apple or cherry?
Apple. I hate cherry pie, actually.
Pickles, sweet or dill?
Dill.
All right, we're into bugs now. Tormented by mosquitoes or black flies?
Mosquitoes. I don't do well with biting flies.
Threatening weather, thunderstorm or heat wave?
You know, it's hard to say this because as we're doing this, we're in the midst of a heat wave, but I kind of get pretty bad anxiety from like severe thunderstorms. So I'll take the heat wave.
Camping, tenting or trailer?
I grew up trailer camping and I'm not the most outdoorsy when it comes to that. So I'll stick with the trailer.
Swimming in the lake or in a pool?
Pool.
Kayaking or canoeing?
Kayaking.
Watching tennis or watching golf?
Tennis. I'm not a golf fan.
All right. And the real question of the day in the category of movies, Star Wars or Star Trek?
Oh, yeah. Star Wars.
Okay. All right. Yep. That's the great divide, right? That's
it
the
is.
Great divide
it
right
is.
there.
I've staked my claim. Have at me.
Okay. Star Wars it is. All you Trekkies lament that one. All right, here ends the session 5 of, and this was our summer edition. We will see you Sunday. Well, I'll see you sooner than Sunday, but
That's true.
We'll see everybody else Sunday.
That's right. All right. Thanks, Mike.
Hey, great as always.